In a brief glimmer of dawn within the heart of a dense and mysterious forest, lived a majestic wolf named Balrom. He was not just any wolf, he was once celebrated as the strongest hunter in the sprawling valley, fearlessly prowling through the underbrush and filling his belly with the spoils of his hard-won hunts. His sharp blue eyes could pierce the thickest of veils, and his powerful limbs would send vibrations through the ground as he stretched into a fine run. Balrom reveled in the thrill of the chase, every heartbeat a reminder of his prowess, every leap a testament to his skill. Yet, pride can be a treacherous companion, and Balrom was soon to discover just how quickly it could twist into something darker. One warm summer evening, having successfully hunted a large deer, Balrom lay beneath a towering oak tree, rays of golden sunlight filtering through the leaves above. For the first time in a long while, sitting in the cool grass with a full belly and revitalized body, he felt the weight of exhaustion on his broad shoulders. It was a strange new feeling, contentment that allowed complacency to slowly seep into his bones. The fading sun painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, and amidst all that beauty, a disquieting thought fluttered into his mind. Why must I work so hard every day? Isn't there an easier way to live? The following morning, instead of his usual route deep into the forest to pursue elusive prey, Balrom felt a pull towards the nearby village that edged the forest. With cautious curiosity, he wandered closer, something unfamiliar brewing within him. His keen instinct had previously alerted him to avoid this place, a realm teeming with humans and their strange ways, but hunger and creating ease now tugged at him. As he approached the clutter of houses, he noticed something he had never paid attention to before. Every evening, it seemed, the villagers would discard scraps of food behind their homes, bones adorned with remnants of cooked meat, leftovers from their feasts, and unwanted waste that they so carelessly discarded. It wasn't fresh, honorable prey, merely refuse, but when hunger strikes, one's code can begin to fade, and Balrom made a choice that day. He stopped hunting. At first, it felt liberating, an escape from the struggles of the forest. There was no need for swift gallops through thick underbrush or to risk injury in tussles with frightened creatures. All at once, he recognized he could fill his stomach with minimal effort, biding his time beside the village each evening and snagging the scraps they left behind. It felt comfortable. An effortless life blossomed around him like flowers in spring. He basked in the ease. Weeks slipped into months, and unbeknownst to Balrom, the very choices he made to embrace comfort were stifling his once boundless strength. His legs, once fueled by grit and determination, grew heavy with lethargy. The instinctive spark that had always guided him dulled, and each day slipped further away from the wolf he used to be. The fire in his blue eyes flickered dimly. He grew accustomed to the regularity of comfort, which wrapped around him like a soft but menacing blanket, tightening its grip around him as he slept longer and moved less. But nature can change swiftly, and with it the tides of fate. One season, heavy rains poured relentlessly, flooding the village paths and washing away the refuse he relied upon. The villagers ceased their nightly rituals of tossing away scraps, and soon the land around began to feel strangely quiet. Days drifted into an uneasy hush, and soon hunger clawed at Balrom's belly, fierce and relentless. For the first time in months, with weak limbs filled with desperation, he was forced to return to the forest to hunt. But the swift deer danced through the shadows as he tried to chase them. They escaped him effortlessly, a reminder of the strength that had waned. Frustration and despair gnawed at his insides with each failed attempt, each painful truth resonating deeper. He understood at last. Strength doesn't disappear suddenly or dramatically. It quietly fades away when we fail to use it. Winter loomed on the horizon, harsh and unyielding. Survival now demanded change, and Balrom stood at a critical crossroads. A raw determination ignited within him, one he hadn't felt for so long. He would rebuild himself, piece by painstaking piece, no matter how long it took. Each morning began anew, and he forced himself to run just a little farther than the day before. Each evening, he sharpened his senses, focusing on the elements around him that had once been so clear. His body resisted, racked with aches and fatigue. Each day posed an arduous fight against both body and mind. Whenever the shadows of doubt loomed large, it was hunger and regret that propelled him forward. Day by day, he practiced, pushing both his body and mind until his muscles stirred from dormancy and began to grow stronger. His speed began to return, the confidence rekindled, roaring to life in his heart. It was in the quiet embrace of the forest, the sounds around him twinkling like distant stars, where he finally caught his first deer again, his paws pounding against the earth, a dance of reawakened strength. Breathing heavily but feeling an intense pulse of pride, he stood amidst the whispering woods, tasting the sweetness of his triumph. In that moment, within the stillness, Balrom recognized a lesson that would remain etched in his mind forever. The easy path had nearly led to his undoing. No longer blinded by comfort, he promised himself he would embrace effort in every fiber of his being, understanding now that true power is not solely about possessing strength, it's about cultivating it, nurturing it, and fighting every single day to maintain it. With a new perspective guiding him, Balrom stepped into the future with resolve, knowing the balance of comfort and effort could not be overlooked again.